sometimes people can get up on
Sure.
the ball. You don't even notice it.
I got it.
So you put your heels together, toes up in the air, and that's how they get your measurement.
Okay. So Anonymous Scout then says, we'll know for sure at Oklahoma's Pro Day, which is next Wednesday.
Correct.
To see if he refuses to be measured again. If I am Kyler Murray, I say, no way I'm going to stoop to giving in to this accusation.
I agree.
This out of bounds, cheap shot from nowhere accusation. Because he measured what he measured. And okay, so it's 5'10" and an eighth. What, did he boost himself an eighth? I don't know, and I do not care.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm going where you went yesterday, and I'm trying to process this. Why is it suddenly so open season on Kyler Murray? Is it possibly because, as you suggested yesterday, he's yet another black quarterback who seems destined to go number 1 overall? Well, it's not like we haven't seen this before because Michael Vick went number 1, and then Jamarcus Russell went number 1 overall, and Cam Newton and Jameis Winston, right?
Yep.
And Deshaun Watson has played like a number 1,
Right.
and I can go on and on with all the black quarterbacks who are successful
Jamarcus
right
Russell?
now. Well, I said,
okay.
yeah. But obviously we got Dak and
Right.
Lamar Jackson and. There's so many, but it's not like this hasn't happened before. Right. So it's hard for me to process that this is somehow race-based. Mm-hmm. Yet Charlie Casserly, I went back last night after we talked about it yesterday, and I listened to that clip again. He sounds angry as he reports about it. It does start to border on feeling personal.
Right.
That he said, and again, he doesn't say how many teams, but that the takeaway from teams, or maybe 1 or maybe 5 or 10, was that Kyler Murray, in 15-minute interviews, proved that he was a bad leader with bad study habits and that he was even worse diagramming plays up on the board or on the computer. Really? Okay, that's like 1, 2, 3 low blows all at once from a 15-minute interview. And I'm saying, where's this coming from? What did he do to deserve this? I told you from the start. I said this. I use this phrase all year. He carries himself with this supreme athletic arrogance. There's an arrogance, like in the most positive way. That's how he commands on the football field. He just looks like he belongs, and he looks like he knows what he's going to do, and he goes and does it. He doesn't tell you, he just shows you. Mm-hmm. And yet, can that arrogance come across as being a little aloof, a little sort of above you? Right. I don't know. All I know for sure is that all of these people taking shots are going to look like fools when he starts to play in the National Football League. And all I know for sure is that Kyler Murray uses just this kind of fuel to stoke his quiet fire. And it's quiet fire because he's not outspoken. He's not that verbal, right? He's pretty much to himself. So I am dumbfounded by the height shot that he just took.
I agree, Skip. For me, I think a lot of this is what happens this time of year. Teams or someone tries to put it out there. Maybe they're trying to knock Kyler down. And Skip, and if enough people repeat this, they're like, oh, there might be some truth to it. Mm-hmm. And I said this yesterday, Skip. I believe Charlie Casserly could have done his job if he says, I spoke to a couple of teams, and the impression that I got is that the interview process in which they used to evaluate these quarterbacks, it didn't go over very well with him. He didn't have to say all this this whiteboard or this or the leadership. Mm-hmm. He could have got all that. It's like, well, people are like, well, oh, okay, I wouldn't have, But when you go there, Skip, because this is what happened. You remember Vince Young's Wonderlic score somehow got leaked.
It did.
And it was a 6. I'm like, why would you? Okay, maybe he's not Einstein. But someone beat that loaded USC team. Yeah. Somebody was running that offense.
I saw it. I saw it on my TV. I think it happened.
If Kyler Murray is 5'6", somebody was throwing all those touchdown passes. Somebody got Oklahoma to the college football playoff. Now, the one thing that the scout maybe says, like, he does take a deep drop. Well, yeah, he's a little short. He needs to get back from the line because his linemen are tall. So he needs to get back maybe a little further than, say, a 6'4" quarterback. Okay. Skip, that's a legit evaluation. Okay, so let me get this right. So let me get this correct. So if Kyler doesn't run the 40, is he not fast? I'm just trying to figure out for me, Skip, and it just seems like everybody, oh, he's 5'10", that's the go. 5'10", 5'9", 5'8 3/4. Somebody did what that young man did on the field.
He did.
So in other words, what the scout is trying to allude to is that, Skip, this is the Lance Armstrong theory. He had someone on the inside
That's right.
that said, that tipped him off when the test was coming.
Yeah.
And then when he did and he was fired up, they would take it and put clean samples in. So that's what happened. Some guy's going to be willing to risk his job to give Kyler Murray an eighth of an inch or an inch. Really?
That's the suggestion.
That is
Man, I'm not, look here.
low.
I like Kyler Murray. I ain't losing my job for Kyler Murray. So I'm not going to inflate his stats up or down. I'm not going to say he's 5'10" when he's 5'9", and I'm not going to say he's 5'7" when he's 5'9 and a half.
I guess if you did the leap with the accusation, you'd say that they paid off that official to lie.
Right. So here's the thing, Skip. Why you only going to give me an inch? If you're going to inflate my stats, put me as 5'11 and a quarter, or 6 foot tall.
I don't know. I guess nobody would have bought that.
Yeah, come on, man. Look, I get it, Skip. This time of year, you evaluate a guy, and sometimes I think what people do is that they're like, I got to try to find a way not to give him the grade that I have on him or try to bump him down. Okay, so let me see what I can get. So if the only thing you got is to knock the kid down at his height, he gonna be all right. But I just don't get this. I just believe that you can do your job without perpetuating or falling into stereotype, Skip, because here it is again. They're trying to undermine what this man has accomplished. And look, he might be 5'7", Skip. I don't believe the Cardinals care because I believe Cliff Kingsbury, and I'm going to trust him because during the recruiting process, he went to this young man's mom and dad's house.
He did.
And he sat on their couch, probably had a meal or two on numerous occasions.
That is correct.
I
Remember, he watched him win championships in high school. He literally went and sat in the stands and watched it.
He spent more than 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I bet you that.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm going to hang my hat on. Don't worry about that. I'm not going to remeasure again. I measured. So whatever I am. Whatever I'm not. But I'm not remeasuring again on my pro day. I'm going to throw. I might run the 40. I might not. What the tape say? Does the tape say I look fast? Did I play fast? I don't need to run. I'm going to throw. I got 50 throws. I'm sure he and the quarterback coach or offensive coordinator, Lincoln, they've already mapped out the throws.
I'm pretty sure.
What y'all want to see?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to throw you the slant. I'm going to throw you the out route. I'm going to throw you the dig, the in cut, the dagger route, the go route, the post, the shake. I'm going to give you all of them. You want to see me roll out and throw to the right? You want to see me roll out and throw to the left? You want to drop back? Whatever you. I got 50 throws. Okay, maybe 55.
Okay.
And then I'm up out of here. You make your decision. I don't really, if I'm Arizona should be the only one that's showing up. He ain't going past Arizona. Arizona's all that. Arizona's reluctant to trade Josh Rosen. Okay. All they're trying to do is drive the price up because they know that right now the price is low because we know you're going to take Kyler. Why would we give you a first-round pick on Josh Rosen? We know you're going to take him?
Yeah, it's too early to auction him
Yeah.
off. You got to get closer to the draft.
Exactly.
Yep.
Oh, they're reluctant. Whatever. If they were so reluctant, why would they be even entertaining drafting Kyler Murray?
So the only thing I can read into these comments, these shots, is that maybe teams below are trying to talk Arizona out of it,
Right.
trying to plant seeds of doubt in Cliff's mind
Right.
or in
Okay.
Steve Keim's mind
Correct.
or whoever
Bidwell,
yeah. Where they finally sit back and say, maybe there is something here we're not seeing, and they second guess themselves right out of Kyler Murray and take both sides.
Maybe if Cliff Kingsbury wasn't the coach, but he spent so much time recruiting the young man to come to a college in which he was employed at. Skip, I'll learn more about you in your home environment. That's why people are very reluctant to let others outside of family and friends into that because your home tells me everything about you. Your tidiness, your cleanliness, how you live your life. Go into someone's house, look at the kitchen, look at the living room, the bathroom, the bedroom. That will tell you more than coming in because he views this as a work environment. He sits down, okay, what you got?
Yep.
Hey, Kyler, you love football? No, I don't like football. What are you supposed to say?
I don't know.
Skip, you go for a job, you apply for a job, and they're like, okay, hey, Skip, you want this job? I sure do. This is my dream job. The dude was he was the 9th pick in MLB draft. He forego that to come play in the NFL, and you don't think he likes football. The dude gave him back $5 million, $4.8 million, but he don't love football.
Yeah. And
I think
again,
we know he loves it.
if Kyler knows, because he shares an agent with Cliff,
Yeah.
Okay.
that Kyler's sure he's going to Arizona and he goes to interview with 4 or 5 other teams, what's his attitude going to be toward those teams?
It's like if you
Is he going to try to convince, or is he going to try to sort of reject, like sit back and
where you
be
You
difficult?
don't blame him either.
Yeah.
hold on. Are you picking in front of Arizona? Is there something better? Is there a higher pick than one? Because that's where I'm going. And I agree, Skip. But still, understand. Even though there have been times that maybe you had already made up your mind on the job, like, okay, I'm going to this job, but you're going to the other interview, and you still put a positive.
You're right.
You still do things because you never know, Skip Bayless. Hey, you never know. It's not
right.
like there's no guarantee that you're going to spend 20 years there and that's it.
Yep.
So you always treat. That's my what I'm telling you, Skip.
That's a good point, though. You never know
Never
if
know.
you could cross paths again with that organization, that team, that coach.
Even though it's not a situation, Skip, where maybe it's, but I've been conscious of that the way I treat people.
Sure.
Because my grandma used to say, "Boy, you always treat people right because you never know who you'll ask to give you your last drink of water." And them toes you step on today, Jenny, might be connected to the foot that lead to the leg and to the butt that you got to kiss tomorrow. So just go in there, Kyler. Just let this be a lesson learned, is that when you go, no matter what, even though you think you're going here, and you well may, but just, yes, I would love to play for your organization. I think it'd be a great opportunity. Just say, just put the fluff on them.
He'll figure that out.
Yeah, but he's 21. Come on.
I also
Give him a
think he's almost too real. Like he just says what's on his mind.
There is a cocky confidence to
Yeah.
him, but in the best way, because that is how he would describe himself. And I remember he used those words. But when you own who you are,
Right.
it's different. He knows who he is, and he doesn't care about his height. And can I just say, these anonymous scouts, are we over this?
Skip.
You're going to say this stuff and you're not going to put your name on it?
Hate me for who I am, but don't love me for who I'm not.
I'm over these quotes from who's saying this? We don't
This
even know
is
where it's
utterly
coming
ridiculous.
from, and it's starting to upset me. This kid, I mean, what did he do wrong?
I don't know. Everybody uses anonymous sources.
I
so
know, but I'm just
and
over it.
sometimes they're very revealing because they are anonymous, and sometimes they work. This just feels cheap shotty.
It
Yes.
does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what we're getting at. Okay, let's move on to LeBron. All right, he said a huge milestone last night.